Hello everyone, welcome to Turtles Cove Media. Glad you stopped by today, whether you're here to watch, learn, or just decompress a little bit. I'm glad you're here. So today, I typically do the whole we're going to get right into it, but honestly, looking through my lessons, this is lesson 15. It's our last one for making our very own game of Pong using Python, and there's not a whole lot for us to do, honestly. So we've honestly built out the game. So today what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go through, do some code cleanup. We're gonna be removing the comments or leftover pieces of code like this guy that we don't need. We don't really care that they're there. So we're just gonna go through, get rid of them. We're gonna make two small tweaks, but then I think all we're gonna do is go through, do one full playthrough of the game, and then we'll talk about, I guess, things you could do on your own with it, other things you could do with this game, and then what's coming next down the pipeline. Alrighty. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come through in this little old AI speed about 10 lessons ago. We're just getting rid of it. We're going to go through slowly, check to make sure there's nothing that we really just don't need anymore. I think there's only two more code sections. There we go. This guy gone, and this guy. And you don't necessarily have to get rid of those, but again, we're trimming the fat. If we don't need them, we don't need them. We're gonna get rid of it. So other than that, that's really about it. That's in the code. So honestly, I just want to do one full round, play round. Well, yes, one full round of the game. And so I'm going to change our win condition. I'm going to go with 7. We're going to play against the hard AI. And one thing I wanted to do is we've been working with this 800 by 600, which is a really classic resolution. But that's what's called a 4 by 3 resolution. Most games never, I don't think any modern game is ever going to use that. So what we're going to do, we're going to be changing this to 1280 by 720. Now, if you decide to go off and make a game on your own, you're really going to make sure that you're designing it, you're putting it together with the right resolution in mind. And honestly, so this is a 16 by 9, that 1280 by 720, this is 720p. This is your first actual true HD resolution. So if you're actually going to be making a game, you're going to be wanting to do that resolution, really 1920 by 1080, which is what most people really consider HD. But this is a step below that. It's still in that same 16 by 9 aspect ratio, which is what most computer monitors are. There's one other one that's you can find, but we're not going to go into that right now. So honestly, we're just going to run the game. Everything, I should have checked it before we made any changes, but all those were comments. And there we go. Screen's definitely bigger. And there comes the audio. Hopefully it's not too much. Gonna turn down my headset. But alrighty. I'm gonna set the AI to hard. Ooh, let me click in. We're just gonna do a full play. Now something I can immediately see, I see there's just a little of an animation glitch with our AI paddle. I mean, we could definitely go back and smooth that out, but I don't think that's really needed right now. So as we're playing, so some things you could do with this is maybe you can add the ball acceleration to the top and bottom walls. You could maybe put some extra graphical things, like whenever the ball hits the paddle, it flashes. Chances are I'm not winning this. I'm just being real honest with you. You can maybe time the music with the game a little bit more. And a big thing you could potentially do is how the paddle and the ball hit each other actually doesn't really affect the trajectory of the ball. at this point. So that's probably really if we were going to add something to this, that'd be the next big thing we'd actually add, is making it so that the how we hit the ball really influences it. And with that, we could even update the game AI to try and make it do additional things, trying to throw us off and just spice up that gameplay. Because currently all it's doing is just tracking the upward and downward movement of the ball, which is doing its job. I'm absolutely losing, but I'm only halfway paying attention, admittedly. And the other thing with increasing the window size, it actually increases the game area as well. Hopefully you're hearing the ball bounces. Hopefully the music is not overpowering that. Hoping I can score at least once. I am slightly concerned because I know as the ball gets faster, it could kind of break the game a little bit. And honestly, this is it. We've made our first Pong game in Python. Nothing too crazy. And once. And so our next game, which is 90% ready, there's a few things I need to tidy up in it and get the lessons ready, is we're going to be making our own Tetris. And again, in Python, we're going to be in Python for a while. Just, it's not really what it's meant for. But it's an easy language to read and pick up. Oh, I actually scored once. And so we're going to make our own game of Tetris. There's going to be a lot more functions involved. I am making a point of keeping it still a single file for the code. So we're just going to have our main.py, just trying to keep it simple still. Once we finish Tetris off, we'll start getting to a little bit more complex things. We'll more than likely be having to have additional files to handle everything with not just functions but also classes. But again, that's a whole other thing. We'll get to it when we get to it. I'm not going to worry about that today. Oh, well, that was all me. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to win this, but as you can see, we have our game. Now, maybe something else to consider is not only adding the acceleration to the top and bottom wall, but even adding different depending on what it hits, different accelerations. Especially now that the game screen is bigger, we may want to up that acceleration just to make this go by a little bit faster. And that's kind of our more of a game design topic, is about how long do we think each of the as you can see there, we had a little bit of a glitch there due to speed and everything, but it is what it is. I'm not too concerned. Alright, so we're just going to quit out, and there we are. We have our completed game of Pong. Again, as I was talking about as the game was going, hopefully my voice wasn't muddied by the sound in the background. The game sound is we're going to be moving on. We're going to be starting next week. We're going to be starting making Tetris in Python, and again we're going to go from start to finish. So some of it may seem boring because we're going to be setting up the window, making sure everything pops up correctly, which a little bit boring, a little bit tedious, but every video may be someone's first. I want to make sure that no matter which video you see, you can follow along. So we're always going to be doing this from the very beginning to the very end. So I thank you, all of you who stopped by. I hope you keep on watching. Stay safe out there and have a good time. And just keep on gaming. See ya.